Yo.
Yes, sir. What's up, guys?
Yes. This DJ will kick the floor in 3, 2, 1.
On the troll.
Hello and welcome back. Welcome to Mzansi. We're back again. It is that time of the night where we have to talk about what is happening around the country. And indeed, we have to start, I think, this news, starting with our beloved president. Am I wrong, Emily?
Yeah. I mean, you can change the order.
To starting with...
Start with whatever you feel.
Okay.
My mic is off. I can't hear myself.
Oh, yeah, I just wanted to hear myself. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, you're right. So, thank you. We got to talk about this. We've got to talk about this. And I want to say it many times, many times. You see, I did not imagine the day where I would see such happening. You know, when people say things, you feel like, these are things that are pointed at someone for no reason. Perhaps they just don't like the person. They don't like the aura of the person. But here's the $1 million question. Not talking about the issue of Pala Pala when I ask the $1 million question. I'm just asking, did you imagine the day where you see Helen Zille tweeting about black president sitting wearing that?
Wearing the opposition party's attire.
You know?
Or even endorsing him and putting him in all those colors. And yeah, it's very interesting times that we're living in.
You know, politics is politics. But there's a line and a threshold that we need to draw. And this is the one that you don't need to jump. So I think here we are seeing that. The problem that I have with this, you know, Emily, greetings to our people. Emily, let me give you a chance to greet before I start going in.
Hi guys, welcome back to the Mzansi Reality YouTube channel. Thank you so much for joining us yet again for another video. Yes, you can go ahead, Mr. Anonymous.
Now I'm allowed to go in.
Yes, you can go in.
Thank you. Do not stop me. I'm trying to find something here that is lost. And I hope that I'm able to... God, Jesus. What in the hell has happened here? Yeah. I'm hoping that... Yeah, thank you. I'm hoping that, Emily, I don't know how I started today. Everything is just upside down. But press the like button before you do that. So the problem I have here, Emily, we used to go to varsities that a lot of things that were said, you know, hey, there are things that are happening, certain people get preference. You know, it's something that you would really want to see it in action, you know. But one can say maybe the signs also were not helping because they would now and then pop up.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
So,
yes. Every time we were triggered, every 5 seconds we were triggered.
Yes.
Yes.
And then you get people who, at some point, I remember I was studying, I get someone coming and suggesting a scope that was very precise. And, you know, a person is an Afrikaner student. And then you're like, wow, what a smart kid. What a smart kid. Because, goddamn, I was going to go through this whole book only to find out that I need to start 2 pages on chapter 1, 3 pages on chapter 4. You know, things like that. They do happen. I'm not saying they were happening, but I just say there are students who are smarter to be able to binocle and see what is coming as an exam. And indeed, I studied that. I remember that was my first A on my first year. Closer to 80, not just a 75A, 80 something, not closer, 80 something A. I won't remember. I won't forget that. It was informatics 112. for those who studied. So some kid helped me. Okay, in an exam, right? Forget about that. Now we have some people who were able to predict what is currently happening. Now the question is, are they smart, or they just had a plan in action, in a plan, and they had already planned long time ago? I'm gonna play you a video, Emily, and that video is gonna be saying things that you probably wouldn't like to hear say by such people. Let us listen to this
The
video.
president of the ANC.
The former president of the country.
Oh, I thought you were gonna start with the other way.
No,
but it's fine.
I'm gonna start here for a reason.
Okay.
If the ANC wins and President Ramaphosa keeps his promises, things will get better.
They're not getting
Thank you
paid.
to the ANC for electing Mr. Ramaphosa. You've got no idea. You've got no idea how important that is for this country's future. And my dad realized that. Close to his death, he was a happy man because of this monumental event in our history. Because
Oh, well, that part. It sounds like someone who was a visionarist, who could see what comes with the future.
Not a visionary.
You know, let
You're
me
giving
come.
them too much credit.
Let me come. Obvious, I'm not giving them any flowers.
There's nothing
Let me
visionary
collect
there.
my submissions. I'm saying to you, it sounds like someone who could see the future. Someone who was at the Credo Mutwa's level of predicting the future, the fortune teller. Or might we say, they are smart. Same as the kid that came to me just because he saw me that I'm actually studying what looks like a module that he was studying. And it's like, oh man, why are you looking there? Why are you there? Just
This is what's gonna be in the test.
focus on page 1 in chapter 4, page 2, chapter 5, and then try to stick more on the last chapter. But don't study all the pages. Focus on 1, 2, 3. While my study guide is saying, study everything. Right? And I was like, wow,
Right.
this kid is so smart when the result came back. And I see consistency. When I see this old man and the young man who came from this old man who just spoke now. What is his name, by the way?
Something roots.
No. I'm talking about the father.
Oh, De Klerk.
De Klerk. Yes.
De Klerk.
Yes.
W. De Klerk. F.W. De Klerk.
They were able to see the future, right? One way or another. Because how in the hell would you have a sitting president that was democratically elected, as they would say, by a majority of the black people, endorsing the legacy of, one can say, the former de Klerk's part, the old part? Because, I mean, DA, you can look at it in one way or another.
the
In my
National
opinion,
Party rebranded.
it just looks like something that rebranded.
It's the National Party. They rebranded.
How you can see that? Go to the Cape Town that people are gloating about. There is a place for people that are rich, capitalists, and they happen to be of no color. And then people of color, your Khayelitsha and whatnot. I've never been in Khayelitsha. I've never been there. But the pictures are telling. Right? Give me kufel that has
No
water
service
running
delivery, none whatsoever.
on the floor. No tire road that you'd see that much.
Tshwane suffered, the township side of Tshwane.
And then you have someone
It suffered.
endorsing a party, in my opinion, that when it comes in, it makes sure that the life of a black man is more expensive. More
Increased
expensive
costs.
than anything else that you can think of.
Yes.
They find a way of going through utilities and increase whatever that they need to increase all the time.
Right now,
Have we stooped that low that we cannot look at ourselves and say, enough is enough? We have taken enough from these poor people of ours that we have promised that we will take care of them. Instead of that, we are saying, oh, well, we have done our party, in my opinion. Guys, can we hand the country back to the people who were already in charge of this country while we were claiming that we are in charge of the country? I mean, I'm saying that. Forgive me for saying that. Because these people can predict that the rand is going to fall if you take a decision that is against them. And it does that. They can predict junk status, and it does that. Like the same way they predicted that if they get their president, things are going to be fine.
fine
And
for
they
who?
get their dying wish.
Fine for who?
For them, obviously. Capitalism. We're talking capitalism here. When I talk about them, I'm talking about capitalism. I'm not talking about you, poor person. Obviously, I'm not talking about you. Who are you? The smartest are able to predict the rand falling. And it does. Indeed, it does happen. They are predicting junk status, and it does happen for those who take decisions that are not in favor of the capitalism. And you tell me that if you told me that one day you will wake up and you will hear the president elected by mostly black people saying this.
Municipalities that do best are not ANC-controlled municipalities. And I can name it here because there's nothing wrong with competition. They are often DA-controlled municipalities. We need to ask ourselves, what is it that they are doing that is better than what we are doing? And there's nothing wrong with us saying, we want to go and see what Cape Town is doing. We want to go and see what Stellenbosch is doing. How do they craft everything? We need to be moving up the ladder of being good at what we do. We cannot forever stay at the bottom. It hurts me deeply when I continue to see that our municipalities sometimes tend to move even backwards.
Move even backwards. If that is not superiority that you have just ended with.
He makes it seem like it's somebody else's fault. Like it's not the responsibility.
Like he was not part of the so-called, that they have termed it, 9 wasted year. Like he was not part of the Congress that elected Mbeki. Like he was not part of the Congress that chose Mandela. Like he was not part of the people that negotiated for what we were going through right now. Like he's not part of the people that is glorified for being part of the people that were writing the Constitution, or in fact that contributed to the Constitution, the so-called Constitution, right?
Yes.
The negotiation skills and all that we were told about.
Now he's shocked. Like he
With
was
us,
sleeping in the last
we
30 years.
are all shocked.
Usmangele.
We are all shocked. He's shocked with us.
Sonke smangele.
I mean, he started by asking, why are the taps dry? I mean, don't you get a report of that? I mean, I don't want to say much because these days, it's difficult to have this so-called freedom of speech, you know.
this reminds me of an article that I once came across, right? And I was very, very skeptical to share it. But I think the time has come. The article is from 5 years ago by IOL, and it sounded like a conspiracy theory. Do you remember that article, Mr. Anonymous?
I remember it. How can I forget it?
Very, very controversial article, you know.
You can never forget the dooms predictors.
It said that Cyril Ramaphosa's plot to kill the ANC. That was the heading of this article, and it was published 5 years ago, and it was written by Pete Mashasha Rampedi. It says some senior ANC leaders have accused President Cyril Ramaphosa of working with external parties to collapse the governing party and replace it with a center-right coalition led by him after the 2024 general elections.
Oh,
We are
boy.
now in 2025.
Boy, oh boy, it happened.
It seems like everything is going according to schedule. Don't you think?
Obviously, we cannot think otherwise. This could be a coincidence. And I don't want to even put more words in terms of trying to think otherwise. Because anything that seems to disagree, it does not look good for them. So I don't want to disagree. I just want to say it could be a coincidence.
They claim the president and his business allies were working out their way to privatize state-owned enterprises and destroy black-owned companies funded by the Public Investment Corporation, PIC, as part of a bigger plot to turn voters against the ANC in favor of a coalition of almost all opposition parties except the EFF. This comes at the time, remember, MK was not in the picture. This is 5 years ago.
No.
This comes as the government this week placed cash-strapped national carrier SAA under business rescue. 4 ANC National Executive Committee NEC members told the Sunday Independent that the party's top 6 officials confronted Ramaphosa at a meeting 2 weeks ago. This is 5 years ago. We're talking 2020 at this point, 2019, 2020, somewhere there. But apparently it's 2019 when it was published. So they're saying about his alleged negative attitude towards black-owned companies and the use of the PIC to destroy them. NC National spokesperson Pule Mabi and Treasurer General Paul Mashatile did not respond to requests for comment. Ramaphosa spokesperson Kusela Diko referred all queries to the ANC. She says that she does not speak on matters or ANC matters. She also said, please, may I request that you speak to the ANC spokesperson. Xolani Dube, a political analyst at the Qubeka Institute, said that he was aware of murmurings within the ANC about Ramaphosa allegedly working with outsiders to collapse the governing party. He said the root of unhappiness with Ramaphosa's presidency within his own party was a perception that he ruled at the behest of the mining energy complex. A clique of powerful and wealthy families in the country, including the Oppenheimers and the Ruperts. It's not even a center-right, but a right-wing coalition, Dube said. Remember, there was that plan of 2017 where the ruling elites wanted the EFF and all the opposition parties to form the government of coalition. They tested that model in Tshwane, Nelson Mandela Bay, and Johannesburg, and they noticed that this coalition was not working for them because the decisions were made quicker and there was so much confusion, he said. The sources claimed that the plan to kill the ANC entailed the following: sign all long-term Eskom, SAA and Transnet contracts this year or by early next year, sell off state assets to pre-selected private partners, put SAA into business rescue and eventually terminate all its contracts, sell SAA to either Etihad Airways or a European an airline, take control of key development finance institutions such as the National Empowerment Fund and the Development Bank of Southern Africa, DBSA, and the Industrial Development Corporation, IDC, through allies to redirect funds. Starve the ANC of resources by not awarding state contracts to black business persons who are its main funders. Charge or use state institutions to investigate political opponents to keep them busy with criminal cases and subsequently to financially constrain them. Elevate Ramaphosa above the ANC so that if the ANC lost support, he could emerge as the undisputed leader of a center-right coalition of opposition parties, excluding the EFF, after the 2024 general elections. Destroy independent media and the Public Protector's Office. Take full control of the media and drive a single and positive narrative about the country and its leaders. And make sure there is no mass-based movement that can challenge the new hegemony. A senior ANC leader who supported Ramaphosa at Nasrec accused the president's business allies of pushing to adopt economic policies that were opposed to those of the governing party. The NEC member said that we are selling everything now. By the time we wake up, we would have nothing to show as a country. We will only have Lutuli House. Another NEC member claimed he was lied to about the economic trajectory. They denied that they planned to sell any SOE. Now they want to destroy Independent and the Public Protector because they have shattered the myth of CR as a corruption buster and his New Dawn administration as the fighters of the state capture. ANC sources said Mashatile led the charge against Ramaphosa at a meeting of a party's top 6 officials a fortnight ago. He was supported by Deputy President David Mabuza, Secretary General Ace Magashule, and his deputy Jesse Duarte, they added. Chairperson Gwede Mantashe said to have defended Ramaphosa, saying it was unfair to accuse him of using the PIC to destroy black-owned companies because the asset manager had its board and managers who operated independently. Paul is the one who raised the issue, saying the president needed to explain to the top 6 what was happening because there was a view out there that he has a negative attitude towards black businesses and that he used PIC to destroy them. The president said he was not involved with PIC matters at all. Ace, DD, and JC supported Paul while Gwede came to the president's defense, said the source. So in recent weeks, Magashule and Duarte have been, by the way, Duarte has since passed on, have been critical of the PIC publicly. Last week, Magashule lambasted the PIC, saying it is an opinion piece that there was more to its spurious liquidation application against Segunjalo Independent Media that meets the eye because it made very little effort to tackle companies like Stenhoff, which cost it billions. 2 weeks ago, Duarte accused the government's asset manager of targeting Segunjalo. On Thursday, SAA appointed business advisor and turnaround specialist Les Matuson as its business rescue practitioner. It received 4 billion rands from the government after filing for voluntary business rescue, which is an insolvency protection mechanism. Public Enterprises Minister Pravin Gordhan said existing lenders would provide 2 billion rands while National Treasury would cover the balance. He said it must be clear that it's not a bailout. This is the provision of financial assistance in order to facilitate the radical restructure of the airline. Weighing in on the government's decision to place SAA under business rescue, Malema this week accused Ramaphosa of trying to sell the public's assets to his friends. Now, Malema at this time said that every little thing that we have as South Africans, which we are proud of, this man is going to sell them to his white friends, and that will be his legacy. Now, he said on a Gauteng Talk radio station, Power FM, adding that other SOEs like Eskom, Denel, and airport company South Africa, AXA, awaited the same fate. Wits economics professor Chris Malikani said that the government's decision to put SAA under business rescue and privatization in general was unlikely to yield positive results because it was a superficial way of dealing with the problem. But the big thing that needs to be done is to unwind the contracts that have locked SAA into an unsustainable financial situation, and to review the country's aviation policy, and to ensure that SAA as a national carrier occupies a national space and a national market for it to be sustainable. Malikana said, adding that the government officials must be compelled to use SAA. Now, since 5 years ago, we know that SAA almost became private.
Who fought for it? Was it not the person who's going in and out of courts?
And crying, Shane.
And crying.
What had happened while she was still the mother.
The courts are in action.
The speaker. The time Pravin Gordhan was still alive. And what had happened, from the reports that I could remember, guys, help me out if you know the story. So it's been a while. But what happened is that apparently she received the documents that were supposed to sign over the sale of SAA for that 51 rands. You guys remember that? Yeah, apparently it was 51 rands and stuff. She was supposed to sign over the documents so that they become privatized, and somehow she didn't want to.
And that is Mapisa.
Yeah, Mapisa Ngakula.
Who's now
She
a villain.
decided,
Yeah, it does happen like that. And one way or another, there is a way of making you look isolated.
like you are a criminal.
And the worst criminal that has ever happened in that country.
I'm not saying she's clean.
But
The court will
and
prove.
I'm not a fan. I must say this. I'm not a fan of the ANC. From the formation, in my opinion, everything went wrong.
Yeah.
And you cannot convince me otherwise that this one was better and that one was better. From the formation, everything went wrong. That is why even people who have, in my opinion, the intention to do the right thing, it is hard to actually action them. Because you have given these people enough power to actually can take the whole economy down. So we can go around talking about the professors of economics. We also know economics, right?
Yes.
We speak, we talk economics, we breathe economics.
Yes.
Hell yeah. I have friends who are professors now in economics. So we talk about these things, and we obviously did go to school to study some of these modules and understand economics. You can't come to me and swing it otherwise. It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. Even though I was starting to disagree with some of the things that were said there, like the examples of raw material that they should always come from Africa going to America or England. I didn't agree with those examples.
Yeah.
They were setting a certain precedent.
Yes.
That is unwarranted.
They use that
for-
example a
Yeah.
lot, that they just take out.
Which is
all
exactly what
materials.
is happening, right? Okay, fine. That is not any issue. Now, talking about what and everything that has been said here, hasn't it been a deja vu?
Hey,
A
guys.
deja vu of some note. I'm not saying
When I
it is
saw
true. I'm
what
not
he
saying
said,
it's not.
I got reminded of this article. It just came to my mind. I'm like, oh my God, there was an article I read that sounded like a conspiracy.
Everything always starts like that.
I'm like, a lot of people didn't believe what was written in this article. And it's been a while since I heard of Pete Rampade. I hope he's fine wherever he is. Because
He was verified. He was verified through that unfortunate situation that happened, which I I'll reserve my comment.
Reserve your commentary.
Because
But then this is so like detailed plot step by step, and when you look back in the last 5 years alone, you're like, yo,
coincidence. That's what I'm saying. Other people
and then it's like, why are the taps running dry?
That's what I'm saying. Other people has a way of putting a vision that is coming or that could be coming, and really they narrate it in a very nice way that you can actually give them if they say their IQ is above of the normal person. I've seen it. We still see it.
You know, someone said, I don't know whether it's Vusi Tembekwayo or what. I just can't remember who exactly was saying it. She said that, you know, the president has a way of looking like he doesn't know what's going on. But can we say that he doesn't know?
No, it's very difficult for me to say that, considering the fact that as we speak, the intelligence of the country that reports daily
is in the minister of
is
the
in the
the caller was
is
reminding
under him.
us
Is
last
under
week.
him.
Yes. I
Right?
had forgotten that actually the Minister
So
of
it
Intelligence.
is hard to actually ignore and say, hey, you really do not know what is happening. It is very hard
don't
with those
believe
circumstances. I don't believe it. I don't believe that the general can actually go to Iran and come back and no one knows about it.
I don't believe it
That would
either.
mean that our intelligence is not functioning.
I don't believe it.
But it's okay. Forget about that. Let's talk about the main reason why we are here,
Umpolo.
which is General Sibiya, who has decided to take Paul Doleza,
No, Paul Doleza. Is Mkwanazi. Sorry about that.
Mkwanazi,
Yes.
who has decided to deal with Doleza. Oh, sorry, man. Paul O'Sullivan.
Yeah, this is very interesting times that we're in. So, KZN Police Chief Kwanazi sues investigator, as he refers to himself, forensic investigator Paul O'Sullivan for 5 million rands defamation ahead of inquiry. KwaZulu-Natal Police Commissioner Nhlanhla Kwanazi filed a 5 million rand defamation lawsuit against forensic investigator Paul O'Sullivan in the Johannesburg High Court on September the 16th. This was yesterday, 2025, just like a day before he went to the Madlanga Commission. He's going to be there live at 10 o'clock as predicted by the spokesperson of the Madlanga Commission, and everything is set. They are going to be using Bridget Madlanga College in Pretoria, and they are saying that although the space accommodates 300 people, everyone will have to be vetted before they go in because security is very tight. They're saying that they're going to be having tight security. So also, now going back to the story where Mkwanazi is suing Paul O'Sullivan, he's accusing him of false allegations, including operating a police hit squad, accepting bribes, and misusing funds. The filing occurred hours before Mkwanazi scheduled testimony as the first witness at Madlanga Commission of Inquiry established by President CYRIL Ramaphosa to examine Mkwanazi's July claims of corruption, syndicate infiltration, and political interference in the South African Police Service involving senior officials and Police Minister Senzo Mchunu. O'Sullivan rejected the suit as an attempt to silence whistleblowers. That's what he's calling it. He said this is an attempt to silence whistleblowers.
Whoa. When did we change from the forensic investigator, private, to whistleblowing?
He's now a whistleblower, or he's inferring himself to be for whistleblowers. He
So
didn't
are
quite say he's a
whistleblowers then
whistleblower.
supposed to just spew anything out of line
Without evidence.
without evidence? Let's say there was a whistleblowing happening that blow to the wind of Mkwanazi, but are they supposed to just spew something, more especially in a crucial moment when Mkwanazi is delivering the country, deliver us from Eve, is doing that. One man, single-handed, is delivering the country. Deliver us to Eve. And I can tell you, in my opinion, I don't think, for one, that this is just the circle that we've been talking about. There's more to what meets the eye. Oh, when do I learn these things from Emily? Now I can say such things.
Let us just refresh on the accusations. I got like a snippet of the court papers here from Zianda Ngobo, and the paragraphs that she published, it says on various dates at various places through various media platforms which have internal coverage described below, the defendant stated of and concerning the plaintiff the following. 3.1 in Newsroom Africa on the 6th of July, 7th of July, and 9th of July, when Masemola, in quotation marks, and I quote, these were Paul O'Sullivan's words in the interviews. When Masemola was acting head of crime intelligence, MKHWANAZI approved the unlawful expenditure by Masemola of 35 million rands of public funds on buying luxury cars. That was in the early part, the first quarter of 2012. Now, if we bring it a little bit further forward, both MKHWANAZI and Masemola joined a supplier on an overseas trip, and the pair of them came back with, what did you call it, Louis Vuitton bags. It's very expensive ladies' handbag, and a pair of them came back with a gift from the police supplier being a Louis Vuitton handbag. And from all I can gather, neither of them disclosed at customs the fact that they had in their possession a gift worth somewhat between 70 and 100,000 rands each. And then what did they do? They probably gave these bags to their wives. Paragraph 3.2, yes. In Independent Online IOL on the 29th of June 2025, Mr. Paul O'Sullivan made another allegation. He said, I am certain that MKHWANAZI has allegedly been involved in serious organized crime for a long time and has somehow managed to stay below the radar. MKHWANAZI is one of the biggest criminals that ever wore police uniform. His crimes, when they are finally exposed, will shock the nation. As a result of such defamation of his character, the plaintiff has severely damaged his reputation, the quantum whereof is in the sum of 5 million rands. Despite written demand, now this is why it got to this point where now they're suing for 5 million rands. They're saying despite written demand having been made on behalf of the plaintiff of the defendant to retract such defamatory allegations and to apologize. So they gave him an opportunity to apologize, right? Via the same media forums to the plaintiff or having defamed him unjustifiably, alternatively to pay the sum of 5 million rands for the damages thereby occasioned to the plaintiff. The defendant not only declined to comply with such a demand, but through his attorney further defamed the plaintiff by unjustifiably accusing him of attempting to extort funds from him. Now he's accusing MKHWANAZI of extorting funds from him.
How do you jump from apologize and don't pay anything to only focusing on 5 million that you pay as a penalty for wanting to paint this narrative of a criminal wearing an SAPS uniform?
He didn't want to apologize. Because, okay, let me leave it. So in the premise, the plaintiff entitled to the judgment which he seeks in his action with a punitive award of costs, this honorable court has jurisdiction to hear this action by virtue of the fact that the defendant resides within the area of jurisdiction, usurped the police service for his own ends, instituted okay, a shoot to kill policy which entailed the murdering of criminals by shooting them whether they were armed or not since the year 2000, occasionally caused wrong people to be shot and murdered, aided the policemen surreptitiously, caused to be planted unlicensed firearm after causing several shots to be fired thereon on the corpses of innocent people who had been murdered by the plaintiff and such other policemen to create false impression that such murdered persons had been shot in self-defense. Wow, he continued. These ones I didn't pick them up. Use state funds to bankroll police hit squads. Is not a hero, but he's part of the rot. Is one of the biggest criminals masquerading in a police uniform, and his crimes, when disclosed, will shock the nation.
Again, the word you shock the nation. Shocking. I'm shocked that at this point in time, we haven't seen any evidence.
No, uyabona, these ones are very serious. These ones of saying that he instituted a shoot to kill policy and saying that
How
it's
can you
been
prove
operating
that?
since the year
Think about it.
2000.
How can you prove that? How can you prove that it was instituted by MKHWANAZI if it's there?
Occasionally caused the wrong people to be shot and murdered. This is serious. So MKHWANAZI was supposed to let this go. This has to do with his job. And
As a policeman, he's made to look like Nkabi, if one might say. Nkabi.
And this one of saying that he would frame, he frames, so he puts guns on innocent people and then says they were.
MKHWANAZI, when these raiding are happening and these people are killed, is he part of the group that goes there, or is just in charge of the SAPS?
He's
in
just
KZN?
in charge of the SAPS in KZN, and he shows up after the aftermath when it has already happened.
So now he is a creator of this police. Okay, let's say that what proof do you have? Like, do you have him saying, yeah, guys, make sure that you kill these people and you give them guns and all that? You know, it's hard to actually fathom how this one could be navigated out. So you call this whistleblowing. Is this whistleblowing, or is this rumor mongering?
Sounds more like rumor mongering, in my opinion, especially provided that there were no receipts provided. He was just saying this in the media and just saying it when asked for evidence, but they didn't even ask him for evidence. That's the weird thing about our media sometimes, you know. Someone can just go and be given a platform to smear someone's name, and they don't even request evidence of what they're talking about. It is what it is. Hi, Magui were caught. I don't blame MKHWANAZI for suing. I don't blame him.
It just doesn't make sense how one can just decide to wake up and be robust in facing you with no facts.
Sure.
And going around to media and being platformed
How
for
many
such
times did we have to endure that?
it is something that is still troubling, mind-boggling.
Day after day after day. It's like our attention, we were fighting to have our attention focused on what MKHWANAZI had said. He actually provided receipts. It's like the attention, there was a fight for us to stop focusing on what he said on that Sunday to now focus on him with basically nothing to hold on to. That's why I refused. I was like, what? I want the Yabona, those PowerPoint presentation that had receipts. That is where I'm going to focus on. You understand? And provided that there are arrests now that are happening, people are getting arrested.
It just doesn't make sense. How can an old man wake up and decide to do this thing? Unless then there is something called Fixer. I mean, I watched that Fixer series of Olivier Pope.
Do you remember that series? It was lit, but it showed us the other side.
I'm not saying this is the case. I'm just saying if everything is removed in I could say allegedly. Let me say allegedly. It could be looked at as that if there is no other explanation that
because
could be
even
given.
this other lawyer, they interviewed him now just recently. I think it's Newsroom Africa. He's a regular there. Just that I forgot his name, but he was asking that Paul O'Sullivan is saying he's a forensic investigator.
Yeah.
He's not working for the state. There's somebody who has appointed him to do the work. Now, it's very murky as to who that person is or the entity that has employed him to embark.
In the absence of that, then you become a fixer. But I'm not saying that he's a fixer.
So there's
Maybe
that
there's a
link
proper explanation
missing.
that can...
Who has given him instructions to do what he's doing?
That's basically what that man was saying,
Yeah.
in my opinion.
That's what he was asking. And I also have the same question. And going on, we're not done. The above mentioned statements by the defendant in relation to the plaintiff are wrong and defamatory to the plaintiff. The statements were made with the intention to defame the plaintiff and to injure his reputation, because now he dabbled in the work, the job that he does and how he does it. The statements were understood by the recipients, therefore being the public intentionally, and were intended by the defendant to convey that the plaintiff is a criminal who had been involved in serious organized crime for a long time. Substitutiously infringed laws pertaining to customs and excise by having unlawfully smuggled a Louis Vuitton bag from abroad into South Africa. Approved the unlawful expenditure by the then acting head of crime intelligence in utilizing 35 million of public funds on buying luxury cars in the first quarter of the year of 2012. So there was a year that MKHWANAZI stayed home.
Yeah.
I just can't recall which year was that. Paul, we're just letting you know. That's it.
Is there anyone who wants to say anything?
That's it. Also, MK wants the Madlanga Commission to stop.
Oh, they should. It will save a lot of money.
It's a expenditure that is wasteful, according to them.
When is it starting? Tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow, 10 a.m. sharp.
Yeah, it should. It will save a lot of money.
So MK doesn't want it to continue.
But they're not going to succeed.
They never do, because of what is going on in the judiciary right now.
Allegedly.
A lot is going on. A lot is going on.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. A lot is going on. Okay, Mr. Anonymous, I'm done.
Hey, guys, you can call. But remember, we still need this channel.
Yes, protect the channel, please.
By all means.
Can you please put a picture on the screen just for 2 seconds?
Difficult times. Here goes Emil. I'm also not feeling well. Feeling uncomfortable.
I'm not going, guys. You can call in. We'll wait.
What picture can I post?
Any picture is fine.
Emil, Dalangam Madlang. How about we enlarge this one of Helen?
Enlarge it.
Let's see if we can.
Please enlarge it so that as I wait for the call.
Oops, it's not enlargeable. Let me find one that can actually.
My God, you're taking too long.
I'm sorry, but there is no picture that is ready. MKHWANAZI. Let me see if I can get MKHWANAZI. Yeah, guys. Any calls, or maybe we should stop here, Emily, because I'm not finding MKHWANAZI here.
Yeah, maybe we should stop.
I'm not finding MKHWANAZI. Guys, let me get this man. Why not? So, guys, no one is calling. Should vele presentation yet Emily iphelile.
Yeah, it's a wrap. You can read to everyone who joined the chat, and we can
We
see
can
what
close.
they've been saying.
See Valinda. Okay. I will wait you. Until tomorrow. Let's
read to see. It's Sizwe. I'm seeing Sizwe 18.
Yeah.
Lola Mutsileng. Hi, Lola. Tobega D just entered here a comment. He said, even if they bring the evidence about MKHWANAZI, I won't believe it. They're trying to get us to lose focus.
President like Vatin, yes, they're trying to make us lose the focus. That's what you're thinking. Okay. All is alleged.
Ntokozi Silanga says, thank you for the 111 likes. And can we get 10 more?
Thank you.
Please.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you guys. Yeah. Again, born na mhlau membership. Hi Hlau, hi family. Ulola lapho ngempela usumbizile. Christina Moila. Oti hi Malachi Johannes ati good morning family. Ulola okay. Xolani Junior Mkhalipi ati Molweni family. Lazola Boyo, evening family, Sikhametsi, evening honorables, Emily, Mr. Ano, and family. Oh, honorable, we are honorable. Yeah, but everyone is honorable if certain people are honorable. Bongila K, member, good morning family. Sizwe 18, good morning Mzansi family, Mr. Ano and Emily. How are you doing tonight? Doing great. This morning, Lindy, very good evening, loving family. Oh, we are even loving. Hey, people hate us sometimes. Pedro's Ntapo, thank you. Magnum, akashongo lutok Magnum, Hiju, morning family, warm greetings from Namibia, all the way from Namibia. Njani Namibia. Nangu Magnamuti, good morning. Uvu smooth.
Sorry, Mr. Anonza. Sorry, there's something choking in the throat. So Tobega D is asking, how does O'Sullivan use words like certain and allegedly in one sentence and not expect to catch a case?
Vuzima Ben. Thank you. The morning gang.
That's really a good question.
It's a very good, nice question, and that's when things.
Certainly.
Nangelop Mzansi family lufate moderator our moderator adios sakazi Mr. Ano lufate no he was on card utobeka dige usumemezile innocent actually gumede at sisphakathi nge like our present like button guys, you know what time it is. Raul Mtrobel, good morning Mzansi family, good morning Raul. Spamandla Kubega, morning guys. Crash, good morning Emily, Mr. Ano and family. Good morning Crash. Tobegati Bongantube, hello family, and hello Emily, Mr. Ano. Hello Bongantube. Nkosikhona Biela ndaba ezitha sanibonani the riders siyabonga ndaba ezitha siqhubeke njalo sehle njalo ngoholoko sithi Mthozi Silanga sawubona Mthozi Smolo Mzansi reality molo present like button just reminding you as Mthozi Silanga has been doing that. Smangele Mnisi, hello Mzansi family, Mr. Ano and our beautiful Emily. Yes, indeed. Hello, Smangele. Lindy, I've mentioned you. You are lucky. You are coming back again. Ignatia Jimenez, thank you. Good morning, Mzansi family. Ignatia, good morning. Sizoy bamba ngobani la igcineni ubani osalile Pumlani Mahaya at Paul the Fixer, allegedly O'Sullivan. Right, injalo ndaba obani abasalile mawusalile usale ngephutha usale nje ngephutha, it's a mistake. Tsepo McDonald, I love you guys. Thanks for the everyday update. You are our top journalist. Oh, we got a journalist part. We are just public opinion here in SA. Tired of mainstream lying media. Oh, hey, my daughter, allegedly.
They don't lie all the time, but sometimes they are slow. They are slow to react and to ask certain important questions. You can't have someone making very serious allegations and you're not even asking for receipts. Do you have proof of this, Mr. O'Sullivan?
Oh, okay.
Can we see the receipts?
Perfect.
I'm sure that
very
people
much.
would like to see what you're talking about.
Thank you, Seivala. Thank you. Thank you, all of you. We love you. All that we said is just on the public platform, public opinion, and
yes,
we
but we
do
are
not
humbled.
mean, and it's alleged.
Everything is alleged, but yes, it's a public information.
Asinamali.
Everybody can get it
Phila ngama
online.
donation. Don't sue us. We just have to say something now and then because hey, kuyathusa. Ngasui ke kodwa. Ngasui asilwe. We're not fighting no one. Trying to make this country feel good. Ndanzi Leia, thank you, evening family. Good morning, Ndanzi. Are you overseas? You're saying evening. All is alleged. Yes, Laura, all is alleged. Press the like button, guys. Remember, that's how we survive, through the likes. Thank you. And the adverts are yours. Please do watch them, more especially in this channel. You don't watch them on other channels, but here, please, we rely on them and your membership contributions and subscribers. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you, guys. Until tomorrow. Bye.